Hi and welcome back. You know, the sport of harness racing is growing, and it's a fan-friendly sport. It's a lot of fun. All you gotta do is come out here to Harris Chester. It's a terrific time to be had by all, whether you're just a fan, a bettor. There are ownership possibilities. There's nothing quite like watching one of your horses pound down the stretch to the finish. And somebody who knows something about that is Shannon, who owns a few horses and has been rather successful in this game of harness racing. Right, Shannon?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been going to the races since I was a little girl with my dad and my grandfather, and then when I got old enough, I jumped in and owned horses myself. And you're right, there is no bigger thrill than when your horse hits the finish line first.
And it's a bigger thrill than even if you bet the horse, right?
Absolutely.
Which is a big thrill for the average guy. But can you imagine owning the horse and getting to stand in the winner's circle and whatever else?
Yeah, nothing beats it.
It's a terrific feeling. If we want to find out about the roots of this great sport of harness racing, goes way, way back to farming days. It's an interesting story. Let's watch.
Harness racing grew up with America, dependent on the horse as the linchpin of exploration, transportation, defense, and commerce. 150 years ago, when almost everyone had a horse, harness racing started as a friendly competition on country roads and city streets to see who had the fastest horse. Many towns had a race street where friendly competition was keen. Driving clubs were formed to organize races at local parks, and harness racing was a staple of county fair entertainment. The same horse that was used for harness racing brought families to church, goods to market, and cleared land for planting. In the mid-1800s, a registry was formed, and any horse who could meet a time standard for trotting or pacing a mile could be registered. Thus, the term standardbred was coined. Today's harness racing horses trace their ancestry back to Hambletonian, father of 1,300 standardbreds and namesake of the classic trotting race. For the first several decades of the 1900s, harness racing flourished in small-town America, with racing most often found at county fairs and short meets near big cities, where differences of opinions made for a brisk betting business. After World War II, the world changed and racing changed along with it. With no war to fight, iron and steel and labor were available to build large, permanent grandstands. Americans had more leisure time and money to spend having fun. Harness racing under the lights moved to the big cities and offered affordable evening entertainment close to home for millions. Today, harness racing is found from California to Maine, from upstate New York to Florida. Racing fans can indulge their pleasure in South America, Europe, and on the other side of the world, in Australia and New Zealand. A difference of opinion in any language will always make for a horse race.
Boy, that was an interesting feature, and we'd like to thank the USTA for that, the United States Trotting Association, who will provide us with more features in the coming weeks, something to look forward to. Now let's go to Pocono for some big races up there, and Shannon's got the 411 on that. Shannon?
Thanks, Steve. That's right, we do take off to Pocono now. On Monday, they had the Reynolds Stakes for 3-year-old colt trotters. The purse there over $27,000. Lear Jetta, no stranger to the winner's circle, 4 for 4 going into the race. And Dennis comes off of a new track record and a lifetime mark last time out. Here's the call.
Tough first over grind now for Highway Harley in 4th. Boxed in 5th is Ringside Muscle. Also showing trot there is Credit Watch 6th, and further back to You Bet Shiraz. 3/4, 126 and 1, 29 and 2. A breather there for Lear Jetta on the front end. Outside, Highway Harley is advanced to 2nd. Dennis is inside 3rd as they come around the final turn. It's Lear Jetta with the lead, and now trots away here by 2. A couple taps from Tetrick. Dennis is trying to hang there in 2nd. Ringside Muscle on the inside 3rd, but Lear Jetta making it look easy here. He's going to coast home for the win.
Lear Jetta raced like a 1-to-5 shot should race, with Tim Tetrick scoring here on top. Second was Dennis and Mike Simons, who set a perfect pocket trip but just wasn't catching the likes of Lear Jetta today. And Ringside Muscle, Jim Taggart Jr. provides value in the triple, 75 to 1 there.
Ooh.
Yeah, Lear Jetta 5 for 5, perfect, undefeated so far in 2008 with career earnings over $469,000.
Where does Tetrick get these mounts?
He's
just
lucky
gets them,
guy.
really?
Yeah.
Lucky guy.
Now we're going to talk about the 3-year-old filly pace on Saturday at Pocono. The purse there over $26,000. Native Bride, who was actually a disappointing fourth in the Lynch, is in the field. Also, Fiddle Rose, the maiden, gets an aggressive drive from Yannick Gingras. Here's the call.
And it's still Fiddle Rose who fought back and retook the lead there. On the outside, still grinding is Twin Oaks Test, Lightning Glory, and Native Bride swinging way out wide here. It's Fiddle Rose with the lead. Far outside, Native Bride closing like a house on fire, and Native Bride sweeping right on by.
Native Bride, who got away seventh, closed like an absolute freight train in the stretch to win here with Joe Pavia Jr., a 1-5 favorite. Lightning Glory and Dan Dubé second, and Fiddle Rose and Yannick Gingras. Again, more value in the triple here, 23-1. 151-1, time of the mile. It is a career best for Native Bride. Steve.
Okay, we're going to come back from break. When we do, we're going to be here with Sonny, the Paddock Judge, and he'll be talking about shoes. Not necessarily summer shoes or Manolo Blahniks or any kinds of things like that, or Jimmy Choos. Basically horseshoes. Although maybe some horses do wear high heels. I prefer them myself. We'll see when we come back. Don't go away.
Mark your calendar today for the PA Preferred Yearling Sale, a market on the move. Sunday, August 24th at the Pennsylvania Farm Show Building. The lucrative Pennsylvania Sire Stakes program continues to rise. PA Sire Stakes will be $10 million this year. This is your chance to pick up a quality yearling from Pennsylvania's top breeders. Visit StandardBredPASale.com for more information. Do not get left behind.
One breeder has had more winners than any other. One breeder has produced the most world champions. One breeder has held the record for earnings since records have been kept. One breeder has dominated the industry with the top stallions, the best broodmares, and the most sought-after yearlings. Hanover Shoe Farms, the greatest name in harness racing.